It's hard to run for president. Every day is a test on how far you'll bend for approval. It's a limbo bar for your character. No matter how low others go, you got to go lower. Here's how the 2020 race is shaping up for the Dems.
So you're
Very bad.
He's doing it in a restaurant. Anyway, that is low. But first, here's Kamala Harris getting low about getting high.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
And
college?
I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay. I mean, was it in college?
Listen, I think that it gives a lot of people joy, and we need more joy.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was it?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac, for sure. For
What do you listen to
sure.
now?
Now, you could say she lied. She was in school before Snoop or Tupac made records. But when you're high, it's possible she thought she was listening to them when it was really this. But Kamala was just playing character limbo, trying to convince the left that she was rolling doobies, not drug dealers. That's the pander, a prosecutor pretending that she never prosecuted. When asked if he would seek a female VP, Cory Booker pandered away.
If you got the nomination, would you commit to choosing a woman as your vice presidential running mate?
I think it would be malpractice. I'm not going to make any specific commitments, but we clearly should have. I believe there should be a woman president right now, and it worked very hard to get one. But we have such a great field of leaders. I think that you will rarely see a Democratic ticket anymore without gender diversity, race diversity. I think it's something that we should have. So I'm not going to box myself in, but should I become it, you know I'll be looking to women first.
Looking to women first. A perfect gentleman doing the limbo. He knows a man should open the door for a woman. Figuratively, not literally, that would be sexist. And when Howard Schultz was asked about taxes, he said this.
But the headline is here, I should be paying more taxes, and people who make this kind of revenue and of means should pay more taxes.
Of course, rich people who say they want to pay more taxes are just rolling under the limbo pole. Here's a tip, Howie. Write a check to the U.S. government. Sign it and leave it blank. The IRS will do the rest. But the queen of pandering, Liz Warren, showing up at a Native American conference. She can't stop because she's a politician, and politicians will do anything for approval, which is why this chap is so refreshing.
How easy it is to be presidential. But you'd all be out of here right now. You'd be so bored. We got more money. We got more brains. We got better houses, apartments. We got nicer boats. I went to better schools. I went to better everything. I'm president, and they're not. You love your dogs, don't you? I wouldn't mind having one, honestly, but I don't have any time. I don't have time. How would I look walking the dog on the White House lawn? Feels a little phony to me.
That's the opposite of pandering. While everyone else is buying a focus-grouped breed of cockapoodle, he says, nope, not for me. I guess he likes his animals. Well done. Dana, did you find that offensive? Well, we were talking about this yesterday. Did you find it offensive that he said he didn't like dogs, or do you respect him for being honest?
Oh, I respect him for being honest. Like, when I would say, like, I like a cat.
Yes.
But I don't want to have a cat.
I hear you.
No offense, Angie, at home with 4 rescue cats in Denver.
They're not really rescue cats.
Pandering was easier.
Yes.
Before social media and before the 24/7 news cycle, because you could go to an event in Iowa and say, I love ethanol.
Right.
Ethanol is fantastic.
No one would know.
And then you could go someplace else and say, oh, absolutely. I'm absolutely for more solar panels. Betcha I am. And no one would ever know. And that's how you could cobble together a coalition.
Now, it's impossible. Jesse, when you listen to Trump, does he pander enough?
I think he could pander more. I think we all know what we're talking about. Here's my imitation of Democrats, Greg. That was such a brilliant monologue, Greg. You know, I used to write monologues when I was in college. Always thought about writing a book of all my monologues. Did you have that idea?
Yes.
We're like monologue brothers, you and me. So that's what they do, okay? And this is why they do it. It's because there's participating in the pandering Olympics, because what they do is their base is all filled up with specific interest groups. You have the gays, the blacks, the Hispanics, the women, and when they try to be everything to everybody, they spread themselves so thin there's no core there. So Kamala, you're not hip-hop. Trump's more hip-hop than you are. Schultz, be a billionaire. You own it. You know, if you want to pay more taxes, you check the box. Cory Booker should pick the most qualified VP candidate. When you're not doing that, you look unqualified. And Elizabeth Warren, stop apologizing to Native Americans. There's other population groups out there. Soccer moms, for instance, they should be your focus.
Wisconsin. Hey, you know, Juan, I'm going to say something nice about Kamala Harris. During that interview, she didn't talk about the medicinal qualities of marijuana. She mentioned joy, which is the first time a politician I have seen in this stance admit that recreational use of marijuana is actually okay, which I think is like, that's not pandering. That's actually a step forward.
Wow, she got your vote.
Yeah, because everybody hides behind medicinal. They always say, oh, I'm for decriminalization for medicinal effects.
You're going to need to smoke weed when she takes your health care away.
But I like the fact that she said, no, if it brings people joy. That's the real argument in my point.
Well, it seemed authentic to me, but I'm trying to figure out, because to me, you saying this is Democrats, and I'm thinking to myself, I just went through 2016, right, where I believe on Cinco de Mayo, Trump said, best tacos, right? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, but wasn't he trolling the pandering?
No. He said this to
ironic pandering.
Ironic pandering.
Ironic. And then, of course, he goes to West Virginia. What's he do? He puts on a coal miner's hat.
Yes.
Right.
But
Or what about talking to the Christian evangelicals? He says, oh, you know, I don't go to church, but when I do, I don't ask for forgiveness. Then he says, oh, wait a second. When I take my little bit of wine and my little bit of cracker. What is going on with this guy?
See what I mean? He's terrible at pandering.
But that's what he's doing, Greg. He's pandering.
But he's doing it in a way that everybody knows he's pandering.
He's winking.
It's transparent pandering.
Okay, let me tell you something. By the way,
he's a transponder.
By the way, you know all these interest groups you're talking about?
Yes.
The blacks, the Native Americans. They're Americans.
I know. And that's why I think the Democrats should speak with a unifying message instead of changing their message and their character for each group.
I think Trump just sticks with the white nationalists.
He sticks with the way to bring this down. This is a fun segment. Jedediah, I think that I have a theory that anybody who doesn't fit into an acceptable frame can no longer run for president, and then Trump changed that. He says it's okay to be a jerk and go out and say what you want.
He's also just being himself. He's not afraid to be himself. That love him or hate him, this is what he is. This is what he's like. This is probably how he talks to his family. This is how he talks to his friends. He's not putting it on for the camera. And I think the Democrats are just trying really hard to be liked. I liked that Kamala interview because that was the first time that I saw her just being herself. I believe her. I believe that she smoked the pot.
Even though she might be lying about what she was listening to.
I think she probably
didn't you
listened to
see
that
the thing?
at some
I thought that you would defend her on that.
Oh, I am. I don't.
Because I think that she thought she heard something else.
Yeah,
like two people asking you something at the same time.
Exactly.
I think at some point she probably was high and was listening to that, but it was a humanity that I saw in her. And I don't understand why they keep putting out this rehearsed nonsense. All of those politicians, Hillary Clinton, that try so hard to be liked, they don't win. The people that actually win elections are the people that are real and authentic. Joe Biden's an example on the left. I think Barack Obama, to an extent, that's just who he was. Trump is an example. Just be yourself. And if you're grumpy or whatever that is, that's your thing. Use it. People might actually like it. Whoever thought that Trump doing what he does would get him elected president?
By the way, I'm just so confused. Some days at the 5, I get confused.
What do you
now you know how we feel when you talk.
You guys just said that Trump is a jerk, but he's an authentic. I'm thinking, wait, these guys are pro-Trump.
Listen, he's a non-PC New York guy. He ran a business.
Yeah, but why would you call him?
I'm saying in this day and age, an honest person is seen as a jerk, and that's too bad.
I think that's not true.
You're
pretty honest. I don't think you're. I think.
I'm a jerk.
Are we all jerks?
I am a jerk.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm a jerk. I embrace my inner jerkdom.